Hi, my name is Amber. I'm from Holly Area Schools, and I wanted to talk about a mental math sequence that I used in my classroom. I learned about these mental math sequences in a previous learning here at Oakland Schools, and I ended up bringing it to my classroom in sort of an unexpected way. So we were working with my Algebra 1 class on characteristics of functions. We had previously done the mental math number sequences, which is where, I'll demonstrate, which is where I give them a rule, and I say, the rule is times 2. I say 3, you say
6.
6, okay? So we did this series a few different times, and it was truly just founded in the idea of building their mental math. Well, in this most recent unit that we got to this week was about characteristics of functions. And when we got to independent and dependent variables, I could tell that my students were struggling a little bit. And so, for whatever reason, I decided to go back to that rule. Something in my head made me think, oh, well, maybe they'll understand it this way. So we went through the mental math sequences again, and I said, okay, remember the rule times 2? I say 3, you say
6.
6. I said, which one of those is independent? And they thought about it for a minute, and they said, oh, well, it's the one that you picked, because you picked that number, and you can pick any number. You can pick 11, you can pick 4, -2, and the number that we say is the dependent variable, because we don't get a choice. We have to say whatever the answer is based on the rule and based on the number you picked. So what you said is the independent, what we said is the dependent, which is obviously exactly perfect. So then we got to this, and I'm not sure how well you can see that. And we're talking about inputs, outputs, independent variables, dependent variables, and with the inputs and outputs and seeing it in this format, they were struggling to transfer a little bit. So I hid the example, and I said, okay guys, let's back up to our rule, times 2. Let's change the rule. The rule is change the sign and add 10. And I thought about it for a minute, and I said, would you like me to give you an example? Yeah, give us an example. Okay. The rule is change the sign and add 10. 1. 9. And they thought about it for a moment. And they went, oh, because 1 becomes -1, and -1 add 10 is actually 9. And they got it. Okay, so then we went through this series. I said, okay, guys, let's try one. The rule is change the sign, add 10. Okay, -5. 15. You got it. And we gave them I gave them a bunch of more examples until they felt like they had understood the rule. And then I put this example back up on the board, and I said, hey guys, the rule is change the sign and add 10. It's still our independent variable, and the result is still our dependent variable. And the awes around the room were just overwhelming. And so it was a strategy that I was not expecting to use in this situation, but it just became very helpful, and I was very thankful to have had that in my back pocket.
Thanks for sharing your implementation success story. Well done.